morning and welcome back to the Kristin Omdahl Show. This is episode 969 and we're here live in Southwest Florida in my studio today, and I feel like my Christmas tree needs a little more decoration, and I thought what would be more fun than making something super quick to decorate the tree and of course have options. You know how I like to show something in multiple options. So I pulled out my favorite pom-pom makers. You can buy these at any craft store. You can also get them on Amazon. And if you want to make pom-poms the old school way with cardboard, you can do that as well. And I thought we'd make ornaments and garland with them today. But let's wait for people to pop over from pre-chat and notifications. Good morning, Grace. Hi, Lily. If you are new to the Kristin Omdahl Show, we go live 5 days a week. We do a sunset show at the beach on Mondays, weather permitting, and then we usually go live around 9 a.m. the rest of the week, sometimes at the beach, sometimes in my studio, sometimes in the backyard, depending on what I want to show you or share with you or teach you, or weather permitting again. Hi, Judy and Angie, Judy, Steffi, Julie, Erin, Kat, Lori, Helen, G, Maureen, Marcia. Sorry if I missed your names. I'm so grateful for all of you for being here. Hi, Barb. Good morning. Hi, Jane. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. Happy Friday. Hi, Christine. Hi, Angie. If you have questions for me, please always feel welcome to ask. If you want to share what you've been working on, I know I would like to hear about it, so would everyone else. Couple of reminders. There is a share a project section on my website where you can upload your projects for me to share on the website with other people. You need to submit them, they get approved, and then they get updated. I did update with a few really great new projects yesterday, so if you haven't checked it out recently, there's some really great ones there. If you'd like to share your projects, if you've made things with my yarn or my patterns, one or the other or both, you can submit your projects there. I know everybody else loves seeing them too, and I do as well, and there's a lot of inspiration that comes from seeing what other people do with a pattern. Also, you can comment on everybody's projects, so you can compliment each other as well, which is super fun. Also, another quick reminder, if you join the show up to 30 minutes before I go live, there is pre-chat here where you can chat with other people waiting for the show and get to know other people in the KO community. Then, if you want to continue the party throughout the rest of the day, I have created a forum on my website. So it is 100% private, and you can chat with, ask questions, or share your ideas, your thoughts, get to know people, message other people in the community. It's a nice way to keep the party going and make friends with other people that you may chat with here live during the show. Does anybody have any questions about that? If you have not already introduced yourself in the forums, head on over to the introduction forum that I published, and there is a coupon code there. If you decide to join, leave a comment, there is a coupon for you to get 10% off your next order on my website. No limits, you can order as much as you want and get 10% off. It's my way of thanking you for being part of the KO community. Let's see. Thank you, Kat. Yes, I did the crown braid, or what is the other? It's called an angel braid, a halo braid, or a crown braid. And I figure anything involving angels or queen sounds fine with me, where I do a side part and I French braid this way, and then I French braid this way, and then I tuck the tails up inside each other in the back and then add some flowers to it. If you'd like to see my tutorial on how to do that, I did make a video out in the backyard earlier this year. If you would like to do it, it's such a beautiful hairstyle. It's so, I don't know, I just love it. I don't know what it is. It's not glam. It's not, I don't know, maybe it's romantic. I don't know. I just love it. Hi, Leona. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Rennie. Hi, Joe. Good morning. Jane's working on the Sweet Clara cardigan. Wonderful. All right. Okay, so we've got a lot of people here now, so I feel like people that wanted to come over from pre-chat or from notifications are here now. Thanks for sharing links, Judy. So Judy shares live links while I'm talking about what I'm talking about, if you want to see it immediately. And if you'd rather stay and chat with me and chat with everyone else and be part of the show, you can wait. Judy also updates the video description with all of those links as show notes after the show as well. Oh, I put on another pair of earrings today from that earring collection. Remember those earring set that I bought to take with me to film season 12 of Knit and Crochet Now? This is a top that I actually bought too. I wore this top on the show, and all those sets of earrings. I'm wearing one of the leaf patterns today. I got these came in like a dark green acrylic in the set, and they came in this gold. They're costume jewelry. Obviously it's not real gold, but aren't they cute? I love them. Hi, Joan. Okay, so if you have never made pom-poms, with these and you've only done it the old-fashioned way with the cardboard, you're going to really like these. I'm definitely converted to these. They are so much easier to make. I feel like they come out quicker and they come out more professional, and they're just so pretty. So I haven't done this in a while, so let's see if I can remember how to do it. I knew this was going to happen this morning. I knew as soon as I decided to do this that I was going to get here and go, I don't remember what I'm doing now. There we go. Okay. So if I can do that one, then I can do this one too. So they come in two pieces. They come apart like this, and you want to open them up. So you open up the two pieces like this. I think that's how I did it before. Let's see. I cannot believe I'm forgetting how to do this. Talk about, talk about doing something live. That's hilarious. Okay. I know. Okay. So what I did was it was closed up like this and like this. Okay, let's be on. So it comes, there's a pin in the center, and we'll use that later. So you want it to be pinned in the center to start with. And then the clear parts will pop off from the colored part. Like they just slide. I just had it. All right, it helps me to pull them apart. Okay, it helped me to, okay, so I unpin them, then I'm gonna pin them. Do I pin them back together? I must pin them back together. Or no. Hold on, let me look at this again. I can't believe that I've forgotten. Oh no, I remember now. So you undo both sides, then you pin them back together. Aha, okay. And then we're going to wrap the yarn around one side, then wrap the yarn around the other side, and then cut through the middle, and we're gonna have a pom-pom. So I decided what I thought I would do is show you how to make the pom-pom. Then I'm gonna make a crochet chain and tie the pom-poms to the chain to make another larger scale garland for my tree. As you can see, I did some garland. I did 3 different garlands with Be So Scrubby yarn, and they're really pretty because of the sparkle, but I wanted to do something a little bit bigger for the tree as well, a larger scale. So I thought it might be fun to make pom-poms on garland with Be So Easy yarn. So we're gonna start by wrapping the yarn around one of these like this. Yeah, if you like making pom-poms, or even if you don't like making pom-poms, but you like pom-poms, this is a great tool to have. So you want to wrap back and forth around this section. Here, I get the yarn on the floor so it rolls more easily. And I'm going to keep filling it until it's thick and filled out, or keep wrapping it until it's filled out. I'll tell you what, having that brain freeze and not knowing what I was doing live on camera really made me start sweating. It's not every day that I get nervous on camera. But you know when you have a complete brain freeze and you're like, I don't remember what I'm doing. I literally did that looking at this. That is hilarious. Hey, it happens. The funniest part is when it happens live. Okay, so see how full that is? So I'm going to pop that one in, and by popping it in, it allows me to use the same thread to come over and work on this side now. Ah. Now that I'm not panicked about how to use it, if anybody wants to ask me questions, please feel welcome. If you're joining, hello, happy to have you. Happy Friday. Welcome back. This is episode 969, and we're here making some really quick pom-poms so that I can make some pom-pom garland for my tree. You could also make pom-pom ornaments. I have 4 different sizes of these. So you have a small, a medium, I'm using the large, and there's an extra large. So whether you wanted to make them as ornaments, depending on the color theme of your tree or your decorations, you could make different sizes and different colors for your tree. You could cluster 2 or 3 of them together to look like berries. You could also do a garland like I'm doing. You could also mix and match colors and or sizes on your garland as well. You could use little tiny pom-poms to decorate cards or to decorate gift wrapping on your packages. Like if you're going to wrap a gift and then add a little tag to say who it's for or who it's from, you could add pom-poms there as well. You could make a crochet chain ribbon to tie around your package and then put pom-poms on the end of each of the sides for the bow. That would be so cute too. Oh yeah, that's another great reminder, Judy. Judy's just posted a link to remind everybody. Oh, I'll tell you in a second. Let's go back to this. So after I filled this side as well, I'm going to close the whole thing. And now, remember how this was 2 pieces? So we're going to go up this channel in the middle here and cut in the middle like that, okay? So we're going to cut through the middle here. I might have sharper scissors somewhere. Here we go. Getting started is, once you get started, it gets a little easier. Although the sharper the scissors you use, the easier this would be. Rennie, you'll have to look at the yardage. You'll have to look at the yardage for that. When substituting one yarn for another, as long as they're in the same weight, all you have to do is take a look at the yardage. And depending on your gauge, if your gauge is similar enough, you would just want to adjust the yardage. Or not adjust the yardage. Choose enough yardage of the substitution yarn to make it. Man, I could use some sharper scissors. Looks like these haven't been used for proper use. Okay, so now that I've worked all the way through the channel on both sides, you can see it's smooth all the way through on both sides. Now I can cut my yarn and take a second piece of yarn. Yeah, there's a lot of issues with the question that Rennie asked. Judy's trying to help her right now, but anybody else that's reading it, this is also a great learning opportunity. She's asking how many balls she needs to use Be So Sporty for the Shelly top, which was made in Be So Luxe yarn. Now, they are both #2 sport weight yarns, and it should be easy to substitute the yarn, assuming that she gets the same gauge, assuming that and depending on what size she's making, I have no idea if 2 balls will be enough because the pattern is sized in multiple sizes. So what you need to do when you're substituting one yarn for another in the same weight is go by the yardage. If the size you're making calls for 1,000 yards, it does not matter how many balls of the first yarn it took. It matters how many yards it took. So let's just for even numbers, 2 balls of Be So Sporty yarn is 650 yards. You would want to figure out how many balls of, let's see, I did that backwards. So anyway, I don't have the pattern in front of me. Let's say it takes 1,000 yards of Be So Luxe to make the pattern. And let's say you want to make it in Be So Sporty instead. As long as you're getting the same gauge and they're the same weight yarn, it's the same yardage that you need. So depending on what the yardage is, how many balls that ends up being based on the yardage per ball, you would want to divide that number of yards that you need by the number of yards per ball of the yarn you're intending to use, and whatever number that ends up being, if it's a perfect number, let's say 2.0, then it's 2. If it's 2.1, 2.2, up to 2.9, you have to round up because that would be going into a third ball. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so back to the pom-pom. So we've got that channel down the middle. We're going to take this separate piece of yarn and we're going to slide it into that channel. And you want to slide it all the way in, all the way down to the core of your ball and tie it nice and tight. So I've got it into that core, into that channel. Tie it once and then tie it a second time. I like to go in opposite directions like a square knot. I think it's more secure. Okay, and remember how these two pieces were, and I can trim this one. Remember how these two pieces were connected by a pin? Now's the time when you can undo the pin. So we'll pull this side out, and then we'll pull this side out, and we'll fluff. How cutie is that? I don't know about you, but I love pom-poms. And so then if there's anything that's needs trimming, I'm gonna go get a sharper pair of scissors too, so I can continue on with this. But oh, how cute is that? And I do think bisque and maybe bisque and Be So Easy and ecru in Be So Baby are gonna be the right colors for my tree. I've already done Be So Scrubby, which is a little more white, and it ties in with the gold or with the silver ornaments on my tree. And I could do Be So Easy and Cream and Snowflake and Be So Baby, but I feel like tying in with the gold might be fun now too. Yep, I do have an orchid sitting here as well. Isn't that cute? So once you could even just tie, you could tie this here and just make an ornament. In fact, let's just do that while we're talking and making more things. I'm going to loosely tie it right now because I'm going to show you also how to add this to the garland. So let's just go put it on the tree so you can see. I love the size and I love the texture. I love adding it because these are solid and I feel like having a soft texture is such a nice contrast to the hard texture of the ornaments and the glitter. Yeah, I think that's super cute. Can you see that from there? I don't know if I put it in a good spot. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. Anyway, so what I wanted to do now is show you how we could tie that actually to a chain to make a garland out of pom-poms. And I'm thinking that I might do them like, I don't know, every 6 or 7 inches. So I'm just going to tie my yarn to my crochet hook and chain. And you want to chain as long as you want your garland to be. So I'm going to start with just, I don't know, we'll do 3 feet or so just so that we can do this together. Yes, you could definitely make a face out of a pom-pom too. Add a pointed red hat and a pom-pom nose for a Christmas gnome. That's a great idea. You could add brown antlers and a red nose to make a Rudolph. Marilee, Judy has shared a link to my earrings. They are in my Amazon shop. If you scroll back, does Walmart have these pom-pom makers? I'm not sure, they might. They are made by Clover, so you should be able to find them everywhere Clover is sold. I have seen them at the big box stores if you want to head out and check for it today. They're also available on Amazon if you don't want to go out and check stores. But they are readily available. I'll show you the packages again. This is made by Clover, and this is where I have the large and medium, or large and XL. It's called the large set, and there's 2 pieces in there. And then there's the small set here. The small ones are adorable too. And I'm going to show you how I just simply tie this right onto the chain. And what's cool is that if I use my yarn needle after I tie the pom-pom to the chain, I can thread the tails right through the pom-pom and trim them off, and you'll never see them. Yep, any big box store, Marla. So Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Michael's, Walmart, wherever you buy, wherever you go, I'm pretty sure they all sell clover. So you can buy, it depends on if they're in stock at any given store. I believe I got mine on Amazon just because it's more convenient for me to shop online than in stores, but that's me. Okay, so let's see how long we've got here. Got it. You can always add to it or make more. So I'm going to cut this off because I want to show you how cool this is. And I'm going to have to go run and find a tapestry needle, but I'm pretty sure there's one over here. Yay! And sharper scissors. Woohoo! Okay, so I'll grab my pom-pom back again. Another way that you could do this if you wanted to make these cuter on the tree is you could knot this once, then add a bead or 2, and then knot it again, and then use your tapestry needle to thread the tails back through the beads. A bead would make this a more decorative finish if you were just tying this for an ornament on the tree. Or you could make this whole tie in foundation ovals, or make it some sort of a decorative finish as well, or chains. All right. Okay, so now to tie this onto the chain, what I'm going to do is using my tapestry needle, I'm going to only thread one of these through and then thread it through the chain. Well, should we start at the end or start in the middle? Let's start in the middle. So we'll start in the middle, and I'm just going to thread one of the tails through the chain, then take the other tail. Okay, so we've got our chain threaded through one of the tails, but not through the other, and I'm simply going to tie them together. And I like to tie in one direction and then tie in the other direction. That's a square knot. Okay, so now it's attached to my chain, and now this is the cool part about pom-poms. When you want to weave in these tails, all you have to do is just slide it right through the entire pom-pom, and wherever it comes out on the other side, cut it to match the rest of the pom-pom. And we'll do that with the other tail. Which tail, what did I do here? There we go. So then we'll do that with this tail. We'll weave in our end, or thread our tail through the yarn needle, and just pop it right through the pom-pom. And cut it. Okay, and now that I've brought out some sharper scissors, I can try to fluff this around if there's any extra pieces, some trimming. You could actually go crazy on this. Try not to overdo it, just like with cutting and trimming. You could actually go crazy on this. Try not to overdo it, just like with cutting your own bangs. There comes a point you could go. You're getting too worried about the evenness attached to the chain. Isn't that adorable? So now let's go put that back on the tree. And then you don't even have to worry about where it sits. So I'm going to make another one here. So if anybody has any questions, please let me know, and I'll make another pom-pom. All right, so we open the 2 sides. So we pulled the pin out, open the 2 sides, and then we attach them back together. Okay, so now we're going to grab our yarn and start wrapping. I start on one side, and I wrap until this side is nice and full, and then I bring the yarn over to the other side. Does anybody have any questions about this or anything else? That was a great question about yarn substitution today. Hopefully we cleared everything up for the person that asked, and if anybody else has questions about that, please feel welcome to ask. If you have questions about anything else, I will try to answer them while I make another pom-pom. What else would you like to decorate pom-poms with? Obviously, they work great for hats, right? They'd be great for a keychain or even the end of a bookmark. If you're trying to make your pom-poms all the same size and you're not talking, you could count how many times you do on one side and make sure you do the same number of counts on the other side. Also, making sure that you're evenly distributing across is good. You don't want a lump over here. You want it to be evenly distributed across. So you notice that I'm going back and forth as I'm wrapping. And if you didn't notice, that's why I'm pointing it out. So that one's full. I'll push it to this side and then I'll come to this side and start wrapping over here. I like to make sure that my end is all the way over here so that it's closest to here so there are no huge lags, huge strands of yarn that are draped across. Marla's crocheting a tree hat, it sounds like. What else is everybody making today? Does anybody have any big crafting plans for the weekend? I'm afraid I have to think of alternate things to do this weekend besides crafting because I think I overdid the crafting this week and my wrist, my hand, and my forearm are sore. So the most important thing to do when your body gives you signals to slow down is to listen. All right, so I filled up this side. We'll pop it together. Okay, and then now remember we've got that channel down the middle, so we will grab a pair of sharp scissors and cut through the channel. Oops, keeping everything closed. Okay, do the other side. All right, so we've cut all the way through. We can cut this yarn now, and I'm going to grab a longer piece for a tail. And I'm going to thread it through the channel. Okay, nice and tight, and I'll tie it in. Okay, so now out. All right, and we have our second pom-pom. Isn't that so fast? And then we'll cut off the tails, look for any outliers, anything that's not super smooth. When I said cut off the tails, I meant cut off the tails from the original pom-pom, not the tails from tying it yet. We're still going to use these for attaching to our garland. So I'm going to try, midpoints is good. So you could start in the center and then do the outside just like we do block. We could do one here and then do one in the middle and then do one in the middle of those two. Well, it's not blurry for me, guys, so I'm sorry if it's blurry. Maybe YouTube's buffering. Maybe I have Wi-Fi issues. I don't know. It could be anything. Maybe it'll get better in the replay. I don't know. But there's nothing going on here, so there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so I'm going to We could have done the midpoints. I'm going to try and just eyeball it with about 4 inches apart because that's how far I want them to be. And I'm going to tie this. So I threaded one of the tails onto a yarn needle and then thread it through the chain. And now I tied it onto the chain. And now I can take my yarn needle again and thread these tails right through the pom-pom and cut them to the shape of the pom-pom. So I'll take my tail, thread it onto my yarn needle, simply pop it right through. From knitting or crocheting and alternating. The most important thing to do is listen to your body, and if you have to keep going, work on something else. Work on something that uses different muscles. That's so true. Sometimes switching from knitting to crochet helps. I'm having issues with crocheting and typing, so I feel like my issues are from way too much overuse, and I'm going to try to do just something completely different this week. So I'll put my tail through and hopefully follow through on my own advice. Okay, that one through again, cut to size, and then check for any outliers again. Doesn't look too bad. I am so in love with this. Oh, they're so soft too. Oh, this is my first time making pom-poms with Be So Easy too. Oh. Okay, so there's my 2 pom-poms. Are they cutie or what? I just need to make more. Okay, does anybody have any other questions? Let's see, any other questions? All right, well, I don't see any other questions, so thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed my little tutorial on pom-poms and making garland with pom-poms, and even chatting about what else we can do with pom-poms as well. I'm using Be So Easy yarn for the pom-poms. It's my number 5 bulky weight yarn. You can find it on my website. It's available for bulk discounts and free shipping options. It's a number 5 bulky weight, 100% cotton, milk cotton yarn. Kiranjit, I don't know. And it is 145 yards per ball. You can get a lot out of one ball of Be So Easy yarn. If you ever have any questions after the show, please always feel welcome to check them out in the video description below. Please feel welcome to leave your comments below the video description below. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Have a great weekend. Let us make time. I already said that. Wow, I have just, I've been very distracted by the comments today. Anyway, have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday for the next episode of the Kristin Omdahl Show. Bye.